We're back in the draft. Hello, folks. Zoom. What did I miss? Let me move some cameras and stuff around. I apologize for blocking the cameras off. Still brewing. Right, so, and pause that so we're not doubling up volume. So, Ella have got themselves Varus, very potent. Orianna, big pick for Nemesis. Can bully out Syndra early. He's actually quite good into a lot of mages. You just win out auto trades. Your skills go through waves in a way that sometimes opponents don't. And Syndra is more of a scaling option now than she once was as a former lane bully. But you do have the Ezreal. You've got the Syndra on the other side for Barcelona. Good range, but somewhat immobile, particularly the Syndra. You've got a good ball carrier now in the Shin's house. Your skirmishing is very potent. Varus should get shoved into the Ezreal. You Leone here, you're guaranteed to be losing shove. Guaranteed. Okay, they're banning out the Brawn. Reckless special. I would... Rel, probably not a bad ban here, actually. Alistair, also fine. Reckless had some very good Alistair games. I think getting rid of the Trundle from Thega makes some sense. Go to the Varus, go to the Ori. Mess with the Shins out very heavily, you win those trades. Oh, thanks, mate. Welcome back. Hello all. Glad to have you in here. Nice to meet you. Yeah, the Alistair ban makes sense. Last ban, I think you got with them. If you're in the Via gone, Pantheon's already banned. It's another AD option. At least Sid, actually. Gone. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Good to the Varus and the Ori. Kind of rising in priority bit here. Yeah, makes sense. I wonder whether you had to look at something like the Lee Sin here then. You could Sejuani, O's, or Wukong, actually. Wukong's not all for here. You are then kind of opting into 2 item spikes generally across the board. But that's not the worst thing ever. Your scaling and team fight is then very exceptional. You can punish quite heavily things like the Varus and the Orianna. Have abilities to tank up some of the CC. I think the Rel now makes a lot of sense for Reckless. He does love that pick. He's very good on it right now. I think that's fine, unless you want to go to something with more shove. I think a Nico actually is also very strong here, but they banned it themselves. Let me conjugate correctly. And better. Okay, so lots of good pick CC here. Good ball carriers. Rel is a great ball carrier. Shinzo, great ball carrier. And Best's not bad either. You land your first bit of CC, be that be from the Rel, be that from the Varus R. Everyone pounces in. You all press R, you blow up whoever's there. And you play out the 4v5 and 3v5 accordingly. For great skirmishing, you spike very hard at one item with the Shinzo, with the Varus, and somewhat with the Ambessa too once you get to clips. And you try and play out from there. Barcelona are looking to play for 2 items. They want Syndra to get all of her shards, splinters of Wrath in. They want Ezreal with the 2 item spike that we've talked about for years now. We are, what, 15th year of the game in a lot of ways. Ezreal has basically always been a 2 item. Wukong, very similar. Level 11, Black Cleaver plus Summoned Sky, something like that. Trinity Force, you're very, very potent. That's a big deal. You scale very well as jungler. You become an additional carry. You've got Shen to keep people alive. I think that's fine. Also then helps mitigate the early game power, because if you skirmish poorly, that global can be very dangerous. So yeah, if we get to 20 minutes and Barcelona are even with LR, I get worried for LR. Not that LR are bad later on, but you are more potent at 1 item than you are relative to your opposition than you are at 2. Jana's okay, but it wouldn't give you a go button. And it basically means as long as you've got eyes on Velia and you dodge the chains of corruption, your engage options are quite limited. Rel actually gives you more tools to make a fight happen. Who wins? I'm going to say Lost Ratones, because I think it's unlikely we don't go to 3 games. However, I do think the drafts are relatively even here. Basically, the thing you want to check is if we get to plates having fallen about 14 minutes, and LR are significantly behind or even, I get quite worried. Because then you're starting to get towards things like Syndra and Ezreal and Wukong all coming online. And unfortunate pauses. Let me just check what's going on with that. If I've got information I can share with you all, I'll let you know. Okay, we're back in anyway. That's fine. Not an issue.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
That's fair shot. I think my brain's being a bit more defensive as well. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, so the thing is, Barca can skirmish pretty well early, but again, you're wanting items and levels and stacks on people like Ezreal and Syndra, and that is obviously a lot of your damage. Both are big team fighting comps. You do skirmish well as comps. You've got very good Shen carriers in Wukong and Leona. If you want to play aggressively, you can also help keep Syndra and Ezreal alive with them, and that's a big deal. So, lag is back. Okay, thanks for the heads up. And thanks for the follow, by the way, MPK. Jeremy has nothing to do with that. Interesting the Ezreal gets shoved early. Shouldn't have. But I guess they got control of the bushes a little earlier. Maybe you're going to try and play for the gank here with the Shinzao coming down. In Lamine Yamal we trust. Very fair. The Shinzao should have a lot of agency early. And of course it'll be the poke virus as well, so you really want this Shinzao to get things rolling early on somewhere. Chocolad's actually gotten a really good trade onto Nemesis. Has it been all a ruse though? Chocolad needs to do this well. Velia's not really fast. The wind becomes lightning though. Oh, Chocolad is so screwed. Knighton's coming, or Whiten's coming, and the exhaust, and Legolas has the roam because of the shove. Oh, Barcelona! That's why your Varus needed shove. Why were you not fighting harder for level 2 bot? Did we see... Okay. How did the Ezreal get control of this bot lane? That should never have happened into the Varus. You just don't have the AoE for it. And now Nemesis is actually screwed as well. Okay, well... Yeah, we're on the clean feed timers. They had a rolling pause thing. Yeah, this is the most up-to-date feed we have, as far as I can tell. Right, I'm gonna go get myself my cup of tea from the kitchen. No one better die while that's happening. I return it.
Do I cast? I do indeed. In fact, if you are an enjoyer of NLC, I actually cast Lost Returns on a regular basis with the NLC crew. I cast LEC. You might have seen me on LEC. My brother, my younger brother is EMEA, so I cast with him quite a lot as well, if you know him. The tall, long-haired dude is also on LEC. I also co-stream LPL with him pretty much every day. So in fact, if you turn up tomorrow on twitch.tv/EMEA or on the YouTube by the same time, actually, I think we'll be live on Anivia's channel too. You can catch us casting LPL as well. I do some other games. I'll be doing Supervive tomorrow afternoon. Nemesis is in so much trouble. Gets away. It's Jova. It's looking pretty tricky. But yeah, I am wildly surprised that bot lane got the priority they did. That should never, ever, ever, ever have happened. And Velia is getting genuinely taken apart. Oh, he flashed. Velia's tilted. Oh, Velia. And he gets Scout of the Week back anyway. I mean, good grief. And he lost his Raptors. I mean, in fairness, Baus is doing an alright job topside. Do you see the sets board game FPX play against IG? I did, absolutely. Did you think of applying for the LCK Global as a caster? I did that yesterday evening. So fingers crossed. What did I think of the JDG upset? So, I think JDG had done a fairly good job of righting a lot of the wrongs. Missing was looking back on form. Shun looked like he was in sync with the team again. Scout was playing well. Lots of stuff was looking up for JDG. They got on a 5-win streak. They'd taken out BLG. Life was good. And WE, for all we'd seen some really cool stuff in their trajectory, had yet to beat a team above 7th in the standings. They just couldn't do anything above 7th. And JDG were well and truly above 7th. Brownie flashes. He's fine, I guess. So for me, it was a massive, massive, massive upset. And Missing and Scout were abysmal yesterday. Shun was very up and down as well. Like, he had some very good games and some very not good games. All right, well, that's the ult off White Knight. But Baus TP'd as well. Hang on, good. Oh, Legolas gets to flash away and Baus is dead. Oh, dear. Well, almost good. But flash is a thing. But yeah, for me, massive upset. I think great for W. Really, really cool. And again, I don't want to take credit away from them. They have clearly put in a lot of work to really, really improve them. The trajectory from Split 1 to Split 2 to making it into the Ascension group, having gone through the play-in stage, to actually being a decent team in Ascension, to not being able to take down big teams, to going into playoffs and taking down JDG 3-1. That's fantastic news. Nemesis is so dead. He's going to get one back. Yes, he is. Good for him. But all of this is to say that JDG, for my money, should not have lost in the manner they did. They got humbled. It was not pretty. They had some very ugly games. Missing was very poor. Arlo was somewhat absent. Hayes was trying, goddamn him. But that's just it. You can just hear Kadra screaming, "You rat!" Yes. I feel like Velia is also tilting off the face of the planet right now. Hang on. Let me just talk this. Can I? Let me just view the game properly. Let me just view it like that, Velia. Ah, there we go. That's much better. That feels exactly like how Velia was seeing. I see what he was seeing now. Yeah. Not as bad an angle as I thought. Not the best game right now. But Barcelona looks so much better than they did the other day. Playing so tilted right now. This isn't pretty. No, it's not. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's only 2K. LR have been known to play from significantly bigger deficits. However, they need to stop giving up some stuff. It's actually Jova now. Probably. It's not a good start. What it is. But we've seen them not have great starts to begin with. JDG frauds. I mean, the thing is, they shouldn't have been. They were doing so much better to not be frauds. At the beginning of the split, I would have agreed with you. But I refuse to believe Scout's actually a fraud. Though I will say, spring playoffs, Scout's not won a best of 5 in spring since 2022. Which is mental to me. Because I still think Scout is really, really good. Another death over. I mean, good grief. We're going to get 2-0'd. Is Baus in danger now as well? Good all out of the Solar Flare. And the Zenith Blaze goes wild. Nice, Baus. Nice. Oh, he's going to get hit again. Oh, dear. Who's out? Just got Barca. Got some Barcelona fans in Anivia's chat, I see. So. Minotaur Dragon. Who got the first one? Barcelona did. Ooh, yeah, so remember when I said if we get to 15 minutes and LR are kind of like fumbling the game, things get tricky? Well, not quite there yet, but Syndra being 2-0-3, Ezreal being 2-0 is problematic. Hell, the Shen being 2-0 is problematic. Because they're going to be able to do things like get to items faster than they should, which is not good news. If they get dropped, will you show them when they have to play tomorrow also? Hopefully. Actually, is it on tomorrow? Will it not be Monday? Check when timings are. It'll depend a little bit. Yeah, the next games will be... Yeah, it'll be Monday's the next game. Yeah, there's nothing over the weekend because LPL, not LPL, LEC's playing. Cool. Right. Dragon secured. Can they get out of the back of the pit? They can. That's a lot of summoners blown. Get out. Hey, Dragon secured for the low price of a few summoners. We'll take it. DK or JDG, who's the bigger fraud? I'd argue DK. So I think JDG had a relatively solid regular season, particularly in the back half. Remember, they ended third. They were on a 5-win streak. Convincingly so. 2-0 BLG, the only team to do so. But, like, JDG were, like, this was a real downswing from them in playoffs. So, I think it's DK who have been weirdly awful at points. More worried about the tilt than the matchups. DK aren't frauds because no one except Chronicler expected it. Ouch. Two-shot barrage. A lot of plates going down as well. Harold, 2 minutes, okay. Poor Kwani, the end of his career, he was so tilted by DK, he's like, I'm out of here, I can't do this anymore. I don't blame him. Don't blame him. Well, decent chunk. So, Nemesis about to get jumped on. TP behind, flashes out. This could be not a bad moment, actually. Where's the response? Ezreal's not being pulled too far. They got the shockwave on one. Oh, nice stop on Wreckers. That was really good from Checkerlad. That was really good from Checkerlad. The exhaust blows him up. Night Whiten misses the shadow dash, but that's not the end of the world. On. Right, gets to back away. This is getting to slightly uncomfortable levels of lead, actually. Now, don't get me wrong, LR have come back from deficits. LR just won as many games as possible in this tournament. And Nivea, you may have a point. Absolutely possible. It's hard to be upset over this. Barcelona's playing really well. Yeah, they are. I also think, like, I mean, there have been some tilty moments. Like Velia had some very suspect early plays. He's kind of stabilized a bit now. Titanic Hydra. I mean, it's more upfront first, a little less survivability. Okay. LO have come back from worse. Have faith in LI. What gunner? I don't disagree. They have. This is Omega over, isn't it? I've said that before for LR, and I've been very wrong before, so we'll see. Flash. Baus is not having fun. Hang on, Chakla just got his ult up. Ooh, not quite execute. Bloody hell. Yep. Not got enough stacks yet either, actually, so never mind. Goes Herald. Picked up, no contest. Rise. Dragons, 35 seconds. Might want to look to play for that. We did get at least one of the dragons. That's helped stall things a bit. Don't actually have to fight for dragon, but I think turret would be nice. That is something back. They don't necessarily did send stream money. Yes, that's the way it is currently. Which would have to change if they went to LEC. Record. You are obligated to play your players at least league minimum. Okay. Ooh, no, come back. Come on, chats. Chats, come back to me. Oh, hang on, big fight. He gets some damage down, Valley survives. Back end of it. Reckless is alright, but not for that much longer. Can they turn it around or something? Crowny being dead is problematic. Where's the rest of the damage? Velia gets one, but this is a nightmare as Nemesis needs to TP out. Can't quite kill him, but they lose the dragon. This is about as bad as it gets, folks. That is about as bad as it gets. Oof. Is what we say to that one. Oh, where the heck is my... Yeah. Well. Kill off Nemesis as well. That's... Minimize it. Oh, come back. I found it. Alright, fine. I lost one of my chaps. I don't know where it's gone. Hang on, that's really bad, Reckless. Oh, dear. Let's punch him on the failure. He's alright. This is 7.5k lead at 19 minutes. Is pretty ugly. Faust really is the Messi this series. Faust really is the Messi. Faust really is Messi this series, looking like this, because no wonder that Barcelona is winning. I mean, they may have a point. I mean, maybe if Ronaldo was playing on the other team, things would get interesting. I hope they can pull it off, but I can't watch them. Way too painful. Yeah, well, wait and see. They've come back from crazy deficits before. Not my curse. Sheesh. Yeah, well, oh, Nemesis. Oof. This is looking a lot like the upper bracket finals. They had to come back from Flash. That's not bad. Shockwave comes on through. Ah, Shen's come on in. Flash away. Try and jump onto White. This is awful. Okay, Baus finally dies. Legolas coming. Have we got... Where's Crowny? Oh, Crowny's just dead. Oh, God. Okay, well... Crowny has had a couple bad Varus games from him recently. Obviously, in the finals, he got jumped on a lot as the Varus. Oh, dear. I mean, the flash away meant the Barça ult didn't land, so it wasn't like he just missed. It had to be flashed out of. Yeah, it's not over. If LR lose, they still play in the lower bracket. But it's not a great scene for them, for sure. Oof, as they say. Just a bad series. They'll do better next time. Yeah, I think so. I think they've come in. This game, for me, early game was tilt. Velia was not on it. Reckless was not on it. It's left a lot of other people out to dry. I don't know what was happening with Nemesis. Like, how did they end up losing shove in bot and mid? I think you could absolutely have won both there. That didn't happen. But very in a difficult position. You then tried to hard force play solo queue style and didn't. And the team fight's just been difficult because, bluntly, at this point, you're into a team that team fights better than you. You're trying to blow people up, and Shen ult comes on through, and you don't have the damage to blow them up before the Shen ult means. That Baus? I mean, good grief, he's just dead. Yeah, okay, nice. That was, that one was not, that wasn't for a wave, that's just not good, is what that is. We'll get Nemesis a turret at least. Hey, they even follow cards again. They did some weird things early. Yeah. Look, the thing is, we know, like, anyone who knows game, you know basketball, if you know ball, you know League of Legends, you have to be aware this is always a possibility with lost returns against a team that is decent. Barcelona are the LVP #1 team. They are decent. And to kind of come in with a certain arrogance saying that, oh, well, LR are just better than every other team, there's no contest, is, for me, one, arrogant, and two, misrepresenting who and what LR are as a team. And we have known that this team has very obvious and exploitable flaws, particularly in the early game, for a little while. Their strengths are also pretty damn cool. And that's partly why they have been so successful, that they have managed to basically deal with said flaws by just outplaying in mid game. Early game, people die when they shouldn't. There's awkward pathing moments. There's disconnects between teammates. They really want to play for farm, which is probably why they don't fall as far behind as you might think they would, because they are unwilling to give up waves and stuff as people roam quite aggressively to make plays happen. And also, Baus is Baus, right? Like, people will target attack him for the way he plays the game, and that does give advantages over potential. All these things happen, and the problem is you go into a team who are good enough to take those advantages and then say, well, actually our comp scale's better than you, and we got the early advantage, and actually we're good enough, particularly from this lead in the mid game, to not give you a window back in the game. What do you do then? LR need to save for buybacks. The Dota enjoyers are still around. Well, Baus is dead again. I mean, Baus, what are you doing? Okay, you're trying to defend the turret, but like this also starts happening where LR are not very good at covering lanes when people are coming to attack, especially if it's not in the sense of we are going to hard force this counter punch and really, really go all in. It's not just a covering move, but an actual counter punch. And they don't do that, really. So Baus actually realistically should have had someone supporting there, or he had to give the turret up. It's one of two things. Have to be a fight, because LR, if they are covering, will often turn it into a fight. Yeah, just an off day, it happens. Yeah, exactly. Not like LR haven't lost series before. Rarely happens, but it does. They really thought some random streamers could win against the Polish power mid laner. I see we've got some Polska Gorom in chat. I'm assuming you're a Czekolad fan. Understandable. Czekolad is legit. And he's having a fantastic series. I think Czekolad has gapped Nemesis this series pretty hard, actually. And that's been a serious issue, because normally, even when the game's going wrong, Nemesis is a seriously high-value player. But remember, he did all of 5k damage last series. Or last game. That ain't good. Baron's taken for free, basically on spawn. They're at soul point. Gonna try and jump on a Velia who crescent guards. Backs away. Ult for ult. Hey guys, we can chill, it's fine. You can want Barcelona to win, that is super fine. And also be totally upset and legitimately frustrated that LR are playing so poorly, because they are. Plays like this keep happening. Oh, Nemesis. That was poor. Don't have to be mean about it. Czekolad is the Woolite in mid lane. He's going to be perma-stuck in National for the rest of his life. I feel like Woolite had... Okay, I actually think Czekolad... So here's the difference between Woolite and Czekolad. I actually think Woolite, post about Season 4, actually struggled every time he came up to LEC. I actually think Czekolad, every time he's been up at LEC, has been pretty solid. I think it's been a bit of a travesty he's not stuck around. I think he's got it in a way that I think Woolite, we went, okay, yeah, the Woolite curse will flash forward and die Wild Turtle style at least twice a game. You telling me you don't own a Baus body pillow, Jermaine? I do. It's right over here. I hug the Messi of League to go to sleep. Jermaine, like, but by the by, just chill it a little bit. I'm poking some fun, but let's not just go over into being an arsehole. If it's alright, that's the warning. Otherwise, I'll ban you. Or time you out. Something equally mean. Again, no issues celebrating Barcelona. Let's not be like, let's not throw personal attacks out there. You have been warned. All right, Barcelona now 21-3. I mean, this game is so over. Even at worst, which for sure is hardly a Nemesis. I mean, yeah. There we go. This is the game, isn't it? I mean, what will I ever do? Oh, fair point. Bye. What? No, it's not.